In our present days, when you go to social media, you will find different recipes, different exercises of how to check your weight, on how to cut down on excess fats from your body. One of them is what they call intermittent fasting, such that the body can be able to shed off the excess fats so that you can tone down, you can slim and have a nice body. And nowadays, even men, we are infected with that disease, because a few years ago, only girls, ladies, were checking their weights and figures. But nowadays, it's everybody's business to make sure that everything is in shape. While this focuses on the physical appearance of the body, there is also what we call excess fats when we come to our spiritual life, when we come to our Christian life. And this comes from unwanted evil tendencies, different vices and sins in our lives. So that means at some point, if we are genuine and honest to ourselves, we will realize that in our Christian journey, in our prayer life, in our spiritual life, there are some fats that have accumulated and they need to be shed off. While this is supposed to be a daily exercise in our journey as Christians, this special season of Holy Lent is particularly given to us to focus on our spirituality, to focus on our Christian life and ask ourselves, is it that I am doing well, or there are things that have accumulated so that I can choose the right exercise? When you go to the gym and you want, to do some exercise to cut your weight, usually the instructor will ask you whether you want to cut the belly fats, or you want to tone down the whole body, or you just want to develop muscles. What specific thing are you looking for? And so today, in our first reading, the prophet Isaiah, in a way, gives us a menu for our spiritual fasting on how to tone down, how to reduce and cut down the fats that we accumulate in our spiritual life. That while we focus so much on ourselves, can we now, as we work on ourselves, focus on how we can relate with our brothers and sisters? That there are those who are around us who have been in bondage of different kinds. Can we extend a hand to help them to get free from those bondages? Maybe some we don't talk to them. Maybe some we don't see eye to eye. Can we extend our charity, our generosity to them during this fasting? For the fast that looks at the good of the brother and the sister around you, for the fast that looks at good relationships between human beings, is what pleases God, is what helps us to shed off the excess fats from our spiritual life. And so when we read the gospel and Jesus is saying that, yes, as long as the bridegroom is still with them, they will not fast. There is no need. In our Christian life, is it true that every single moment we have Jesus Christ close and dear to us? Or at some point, because of vices, bad tendencies, we remove him from the equation? We start depending on ourselves, that the bridegroom no longer has room. This Lent gives us the opportunity to ask ourselves, in our life, can we still consider the bridegroom present? Can we still consider Jesus being our guide and director? Jesus being the source of everything we do and the apex and the object of everything that we accomplish in life. Let us therefore pray, my dear brothers and sisters, that as we start this Lenten period for this year, we may all ask ourselves, what are the things that I've accumulated that will make it difficult for me to reach out to my brother, to my sister, and therefore to welcome Christ once again? When did I move out of the presence of the bridegroom? What can I do to get back to him? These things will only be possible if we welcome the Holy Spirit, if we welcome Jesus Christ, who knows us in and out, who can help us, who can change us, so that we may be able to celebrate the Paschal feast at the end of this season with good and sincere heart, having prepared well, having shed off the excesses that affects our spiritual life. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.